Hello and welcome back to the channel where we provide you with tips and tools to help you move with purpose. In this video, I'm going to take you through a couple of stretches that can be performed in a door frame. These stretches are going to target the muscles of the mid-back as well as your lats. A lot of people tend to feel tight between their shoulder blades or in their mid-back area. A lot of that has to do with postural habits. A common postural pattern that puts stress on these muscles is where you have too much kyphosis or too much of a rounding of the back. So this posture is going to be very common if you're sitting at a desk or if you're staring at your phone a lot. So what's happening is being in that position for extended periods of times lengthens those mid-back muscles as well as the erectors in your thoracic spine and makes those muscles feel fatigued and tight. That being said, stretching them might not be the solution. For this posture, strengthening techniques are likely going to benefit you a little bit more. However, a nice gentle stretch can help keep those tissues mobile as well as help increase the circulation into that area. Now, tight lats are a completely different story. Given the attachment points and how the lats are oriented in the body, they will actually contribute to pulling you in to that kyphotic or question mark posture. The lats actually attach into the front part of your humerus and they will pull your shoulders down as well as internally rotate them into that kyphotic posture. From a fascial standpoint, we can see from this diagram where the lats are and how they connect into the system, and you can see from this lateral side here just how much of an effect they could have in terms of collapsing your body and pulling it into a kyphotic posture. This first stretch is going to target a little bit more of those mid-back muscles, but then we can tweak it a little bit so that it does focus a little bit more on your lats. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of a wider stance, nice softness in the knees, and I'm going to hip hinge at my hips. So I'm not going to round my back. I want to keep a nice neutral spine with this hip hinged position. So we're going to bend over into that hip hinged position. I'm going to take my inside arm and place it against the door frame here. And I'm going to take my outside arm and reach underneath my body across the door frame and get a good handle on it. So from here you can already see how the stretch is going to happen through that mid-back. So I'm anchoring in with the top hand, I'm reaching under with the bottom hand, and I push with the top hand, and I pull with the bottom hand. All the while, I'm thinking of sitting back, keeping my spine nice and neutral in this bent over position. So you can apply as much pull and push pressure as you like, and you're going to start to feel a nice stretch through that mid-back area. So from here, you can change the angles a little bit. I can walk it forward. That's going to put a little bit more of a stretch through that mid-back area. Now here's where we tweak it for the lat. The further back you go this way, you start to really get a nice angle on those tight lat muscles, and you might feel this and say, oh baby, this is where I'm tight. So from here, you can do a little bit of gentle rocking. You can definitely add in some breath work. You can add some PNF to it, where you're squeezing and pulling, and then relaxing, and then gently stretching out. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with that particular stretch. So this next door frame stretch is going to focus a little bit more on the lats. It's also a great exercise for that whole lateral line and into the obliques as well. So the setup for this one is you're going to stand beside your door frame, again perpendicular to it, and I'm going to take my inside hand and I'm going to kind of wedge it into the door frame like this. So I'm keeping the forearm relatively parallel to the ground, and I'm going to create a good brace. So my elbow is going to be a little bit more towards the hip area down low. So that'll give me a good leverage point. I'm going to take my opposite hand, my outside hand, I'm going to reach through the door frame and grab the top. We're going to take the inside leg and we're going to step through. And that's going to put more of the tension on this outside lateral line as we do it. Now, the closer you have your foot to the door frame versus moving it away is going to change the intensity of the stretch. So you can play with that to find out where the sweet spot is for you. So once we're set up here, I am going to push into the door frame a little bit with this bottom hand or my inside hand. And again, I'm kind of pulling away with that top hand. And I'm going to bow my body out like a banana to get that stretch. So from here, we have the opportunity of breathing once again. That's going to enhance the stretch. And I can also slowly kind of rotate, look underneath my armpit, or I can go the opposite way. So we can floss through this back and forth, really stretching at the lat and into the lateral line and obliques as well. And that is your basic door frame banana stretch. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. If you found the video helpful, please hit that like and subscribe button and share it with your friends. Till next time.